The only issue that people are raising, number one, is it only Mount Kenya that needs a Harambes, for example? Is it only Mount Kenya youth that need empowerment? Is it only Mount Kenya women who need? When did you last hear the deputy president going to Eldoret or to Nandi or to the Rift Valley to empower women or to deal with border borders in his backyard? Why is it so important? We feel that the deputy president is on a radicalization mission in Mount Kenya. And we are cautioning our people. He's free to come. In fact, we have decided, let him tour, let him be received. He will come, he will go. We don't think it will have any impact. But he must be careful not to radicalize our young people. We used to have Mongeki in a central region. A lot of our young people died. Now, when you bring this narrative of the haves and the have-nots, that was the Mongeki philosophy. That is what they are engineering, and that is what they are reincarnating, because it is very appealing to the young people, the touts, the people who feel that they are poor because you're rich. And then you have the rich versus the poor, you have the hustlers versus the dynasties, and you radicalize these young people. It is a recipe for chaos, it is a recipe for violence, and it is a recipe for disaster. And this is what the concerns are, that surely whatever we are seeing him doing in Mount Kenya region, he should be showing us, he should be doing it in Rift Valley, and we see it. There is something which is not adding up about the script that they are running in Mount Kenya region. But do you know how many times the deputy president has been to the mountain region? He is going back to the Rakanidi. He was there last weekend. He's going back to Kirinyaga. He was there a week ago. He's going back to Moranga after the people died in Keno. The people who are hosting him are not even the local leadership. I'm told Dindi Nyoro is doing Madioya. He's not the MP for Madioya. He's MP for Keharu. I'm told Alice Wahome is doing the Kangema one. She's not the local MP. We have Muturi Kegano. If it is something that will benefit our women, our young people, why don't you go with the leadership of that particular constituency? This is an agenda, a Tanga agenda, which is radicalizing our people. And we have to be very careful, and he has to be told. He's free to tour any part of this country. He is free to enter Mount Kenya as many times as he wants, but we are watching. And if he continues to try and radicalize our young people, our youth, our unemployed, instead of giving them meaningful economic empowerment agendas, like the BBI is trying to do, to create an enabling environment for these people to get gainful employment, not handouts. Administratively, the Secretary General is the head of the party, at the party headquarters. The issues the Secretary General was raising was about the pronouncements which they had made about a so-called Jubilee Asili. And they had even a Jubilee Asili Center, where they said they would be conducting their issues. We had an issue with the deputy president monopolizing Jubilee headquarters to conduct his personal campaigns. There will be people challenging the deputy president for the party ticket in 2022. Now, why would you want to give one person the advantage operating from the party headquarters to the exclusion of his other potential competitors? I think that is the issue that the Secretary General was addressing. People are missing the plot. The president will not be on the ballot in 2022. So for somebody to go and say that the president is unpopular or that the people don't like him, they are dealing with the wrong things. They should be concentrating on their competitors and trying to get advantage over their competitors. This narrative that the DP has entrenched itself in Mount Kenya, we will see. I personally don't believe that. But I know there is this mobilization. The president does not need to mobilize. And by the way, the president went to church, the PCEA, for their centenary celebrations, where he gave them a charter, where a university charter, where there were more than 5,000 congregants. Those shots were not shown. The president had flown into Tomotomo. They captured, you know how the people hear that the president is around.
Yes.
Imagine somebody who has come by air, landed in a center, got into the vehicles to go to the church. On his way from the church, he finds a group of people and they stop him and he addresses them. It's not like for lack of mobilization. If people wanted to mobilize, you could have seen the thousands and thousands of people who had attended the centenary celebrations of the PCEA. They were there, more than 5,000. And by the way, these roadside crowds, those are not voters. I know for a fact. These guys are choreographing small alleys in Embu, in Gikomba, to show it's a mass psychology thing. But when you go to the actual vote, Moi used to be received by hundreds and hundreds of people in Mount Kenya. When the votes were done, you know the result. And that will happen in 2022 to this caravan of the Tangatangas.